Every day, millions of Indians, just like the ones behind me, step into gyms just like this one to achieve their fitness goals, carry out their fitness regimen, burn calories, and of course, chug on that protein shake that they're drinking like it was the fuel of life. But the truth is that the real magic does not really happen here in the gym. Of course, you can work out, but it's the kitchen where the actual magic takes place. Experts suggest that India is a protein deficient nation. We need more protein. And which is why it seems the FMCG brands, the big ones, are pumping in protein related snacks to rewire our dietary requirements. And now we're talking about an atta that promises 25% of your protein intake with just 3 rotis. You've got milkshakes, you've got biscuits, and you've got snacks, which is why the big question that we're trying to ask is whether this is the next health revolution or is this just the latest food fashion trend. Well, we're going to decode all of that. I'm going to speak to some of these people, some of them just walking in, many of them exercising here, the fitness enthusiasts, as to whether what they have to say. Meanwhile, experts are waiting for you up there in the studio for the big debate on India's big protein flex. This, ladies and gentlemen, is in your interest. That's right. Many thanks for tuning in. You're watching In Your Interest only on your favorite news destination. On the show tonight, we're trying to decode that big protein flex. And I've been speaking to various fitness enthusiasts, influencers, even FMCG experts, an informed panel that's waiting for you on the show tonight as well. Because we're diving into a revolution that's not fought on the streets, but in the kitchens, in the gyms, and the supermarkets across the country. From post-workout shakes, BCAAs, amino acids, the list is so huge, to protein-packed sliced bread, protein atta, protein paneer specifically. FMCG and dairy giants are now betting big on nutrients over mere meals. The big food giants are rebranding your everyday staples with one big promise: more protein, more health, more strength. And is this clever FMCG marketing disguised as nutrition awareness? Well, let's start with the numbers that paint a stark picture. Studies reveal a nutritional crisis at home. 73% of Indians are deficient in protein, with 91% of vegetarians and 85% of non-vegetarians falling short. And shockingly, 90% of all of us don't even know how much protein we need on an everyday basis. The ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, recommends 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight to prevent protein deficiency. But for optimal health, 1 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight is also preferred. Yet, nearly 3/4 of the nation isn't getting enough, and the consequences are profound as well. This isn't just about your diet, it's about nation building as well. Protein deficiency stunts growth in children, weakens immunity, and fast-tracks chronic diseases like diabetes. It saps muscle growth, dragging down labor productivity and dimming the promise of India's demographic dividend, a young, vibrant workforce that should be powering our economy instead. Instead, a less healthy population risks slowing our economic progress. And enter the protein revolution, the big protein flex. Indian FMCG and dairy companies are seizing this moment, flooding the market with over 100 new protein-enriched products in financial year 2025 alone. From post-workout shakes to staples like atta, our sliced bread, and paneer, the message seems to be clear. Food is for eating, but nutrients make us healthier. Once driven by fitness buffs and influencers, demand now surges from everyday citizens. Millennials, Gen Z, mothers, and even senior citizens now prioritizing vitality. And that's where protein comes in. The market is backing this shift, this paradigm. India's protein sector is projected to hit $1.52 billion in 2025 and climb to $2.08 billion by the year 2030, growing at a robust 6.5 CAGR according to Mordor Intelligence. And the big question that we're trying to ask today is India truly witnessing a protein revolution, or is this just another fleeting health fad, just a trend that one can swipe across through? With 73% of Indians protein deficient, how urgent is this health crisis for the nation's future? With us on the broadcast, Devanshu Datta, founder, Third Eyesight and FMCG expert. Many thanks for joining us, sir. Dilip Cherian, founder, Perfect Relations and Image Group. Many thanks. Always a pleasure to speak to you, Dilip. Dr. Shekhar Sharma, founder, One Health and veteran, who's also a nutritionist on the show. You can ask us your questions on the Mediaverse. Get down on the comment section. And Chairman, Nephron Clinic, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai. Many thanks, Doctor, for joining us here on the show. Before we come to the panelists, like I showed you, I was there at the gym. Couldn't get in my routine because there was a little bit of lack of time, but I did speak to many of those gym enthusiasts. Let's quickly listen in to what all they had to say with this new protein atta that's been pushed into the market, and what kind of challenges do they face when they're talking about dietary options, specifically for the vegetarians out there.
I think the market is changing. I think now I am aware of all the bars, the attas, all that are coming in. I'm think the market is evolving. I mean, apart from the normal shakes.
बढ़िया ऑप्शन है ये रोटी का, क्योंकि प्रोटीन की ज़रूरत अब इस समय जो हम लोग का खान पियान उठना बैठना और जो पोल्यूशन है उसमें प्रोटीन की ज़रूरत बहुत ज़्यादा है।
आजकल मार्केट में वीगन प्रोटीन है, प्लांट प्रोटीन है, जो अच्छे अमाउंट में प्रोटीन दे देते हैं एक स्कूप में, और बाकी रागी आटा होता है, बहुत चीज़ें होती है, पनीर है, टोफू है और बीन्स है, राजमा है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वेजिटेरियन के पास प्रोटीन सोर्स है नहीं, बहुत सारे प्रोटीन सोर्स है और उससे हो जाता है।
Well, so there's plant protein, there's a lot of products out there in the market. Kaam chal jata hai. But the actual question, and Dr. Sharma, Shekhar Sharma, let me begin with you. India is 73% protein deficient, but many still believe that this protein and the protein shake that one can see one chugging at one of those treadmills, they say protein is only for the gym goers. How do we break this myth? 73% of India protein deficient, and we're still not consuming enough protein.
So basically, there are two parts to protein. First is how much protein you are consuming, but a bigger part is how much protein can you handle or digest. So a lot of problem within India is that the protein is not digested, even the protein which is available in the food. Why? Because of gut infections, poor water quality, which leads to gut infections. Second is poor liver. Because a lot of people, because of adulterated water, poor quality food, pesticides in food, their liver is fatty liver. So if you really compare the two, if you overlap fatty liver and gut health problems and diarrhea and poor water, then you'll see that even if those people get a lot of protein, they will not be able to absorb, they will not be able to digest, they will not be able to convert that protein into muscle tissue. So I think we have to look at 2-3 parts. One is actual how much protein one is consuming, then how much is the digestibility of that protein, then how much can the body handle, and finally that who are the people who are having these protein shakes and who are the people who are protein deficient and they need a holistic approach to protein consumption.